massive day for the unemployed. Hummus Spiker has responded to the allegations, but Detective xQc wasn't having any of it.
This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw.
Why are you showing it like that?
Bro, stop putting your fingers on it, man. Christ. Jesus, man. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show it. Ready? See? I just bought it. It's brand new.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg.
It has the capacity to vibrate. And that's it. Are you happy? That's it. Good?
Actually, far from it. Detective xQc started comparing all of the models and came to an interesting conclusion.
Bang, 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 bang. So that, what is that? The canine handler. I don't know. They need to get better names of this shit. You see right there? It seems to me that this roundish demarcation is the same one that's at the outside of the one that was shown. So you're telling me there should be a white serial number that doesn't have a protruding, it's more on the inside. So it would be indented with some serial number or some sticker on the inside, right? But in the one shown on Hasan's stream, which is the same one, it has nothing.
People found the model Hasan had, and it apparently has removable progs for the shocking thing.
There's the AirTag. There's the fucking vibrator. It also has a flashlight component to it at nighttime. And it also has a tracker on it when she gets lost. If she were to actually get lost.
All right, now it's really confirmed. YouTube's favorite engineer said that totally looking like a shock collar. I'd like to point out something nobody is talking about. Within 24 hours, Hasan went from she hurt herself by getting her claw stuck to yes, I use a vibration collar. Why should we believe someone that started off with a lie? xQc was so far into the bit, he's been reaching levels I never thought possible.
Okay, in this case, we have to know, guys, for his height, how long is his thumb? Because if you look at it, right, his nail is about the exact same distance between the marking, and the writing, right?
No, bro actually thinks he's a Death Note character now, and honestly, I love this arc.
Guys, in terms of, I know it's not red, dumbass. In terms of the white and blue, that's close. Yeah, but you can get it in black, because look.
Anyway, another theory hit the tower, saying 24 hours in a tape is all it took to deceive his brain-dead fans. Imagine believing this, LMAO.
And the shade of black and the shadow, there's an overlaid on top, perhaps some form of adhesive device. Adhesive
is crazy work. Anyway, before we get back to xQc, Jesus Christ himself made a video on this.
Kaya, please just fucking go back. Stop.
Now, for the life of me, like, I cannot understand what he's even upset about in the first place that he starts, like, scolding the dog for. She moved, like, an inch, like, slightly off of that. Noticeably upset. He's upset about that specifically. Even before this incident, earlier in the stream, he had already, you know, gotten annoyed at her for moving around prior to this.
The absolute worst country on the planet, straight up, bar none, a capitalist shithole.
This guy's personality is America bad. Come to Canada, bro. It's nice here.
And instead of doing what I think most people, like, not even just streamers, just normal people would do, of, like, showing, no, look, it's not a shock collar, obviously I didn't shock my dog, he instead just brushes it off, saying, nope, it's not a shock collar, you're stupid for thinking that it is.
No, he's genuinely right. I feel like Hasan's audience is in like a group-induced psychosis from like SSRI abuse or like being depressed. One of Hasan's greasiest lackeys was literally DMing people, posting clips saying he appreciates them countering the misinfo. They call MAGA a cult all the time, but they're also a cult in their own right. They're creepy. Anyway, I commented this on Moist Critical's video. A brave video Ludwig wouldn't dare to make. This is funny because Ludwig is literally Hasan's dog.
The easiest thing in the world to prove, right? You have all these people saying this shit, it's not true. Well, it takes like actually 3 seconds just to unclip that collar and just show like, hey guys, I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea here. This is not a shock collar. Look, here's what it is, and then explain it. Like, I feel like even a non-streamer, like a complete normie, average Joe Schmo, if you went to their house and saw that happen, are like, hey, did you just shock that dog? They'd be like, oh my god, no, this is clearly a misunderstanding. No, that's not what happened. Like, I feel like most people would be very quick to show you and prove that it's not a shock collar because it's so quick and so easy to do.
Hasan isn't most people, though. He's a revolutionary fighting for a greater cause. How could you say this when there's a genocide going on? Anywho, an old video resurfaced of Hasan training his previous dog Fish, and let's check it out.
Stay. If you run right now, I'll f***ing kill you. Like, I'll actually kill you, okay? In front of everyone. Motherfucker, come here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you should be grabbing your dog by the tail, and he seems pretty aggressive and angry there. The thing I find funny is I've saw a bunch of people saying, obviously he's doing this, he's a Turk. Like, all the Armenians were vindicated. Even xQc was trolling, this is fake. You can clearly see the dewpaw get stuck in the grass, so he had to pull on its tail, bro. But the Hasan fans are the funniest. This is probably the most disturbing internet hoax, as it shows just how many people can give themselves internet psychosis and see things that aren't there because they don't like someone on the internet. All right, now think of all the retards that don't see the things that are there in plain sight because they like someone on the internet.
If this is all wrong, it's all a bunch of hooey, and Hasan didn't shock or vibrate or do anything at all here to cause Kaya to yelp in pain, I think A, it would have been very easy to immediately in the moment prove that by just showing the collar, which again I feel like is the most logical thing most people would have thought to do. But also B, I still think all of his like anger and like annoyance at the dog for moving around off her place is just f***ing weird too.
In a parallel world, Ludwig made a video like this and Hasan told him to delete it and he obliged.
This looks like some tape on. See the tape on that? What is that? I don't think that's the one. Wait, that kind of looks like it. These are the charging ports. The vibrate only does not have charging ports that are protruding. I mean, I said it earlier, it's taped. I literally said it. Some tape over the two middle prongs in the middle that are removable in this example of showing how to do it. Otherwise, you would see the serial number. Why would you get the one that also shocks if it's bigger, more expensive, and bulkier for the dog to wear? If you look at it, his nail is about the exact same distance between the marking and the writing. Is it about the same? Seems plausible. I found very reputable milk shelters, and I'm donating to those. I'll donate anyway. I don't care if they didn't show it.
Funnily enough, the longer I watch xQc, the less I understand. You need to be in like full level of cognition to understand a word he's saying after a certain point. But regardless, he put up a $50,000 wager if Hasan would show the dog collar, and technically Hasan did show the shock collar, and even though xQc thinks Hasan tampered with it, he still said he'd donate the money, which is, you know, a W.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't blink. It doesn't blink on the reverse. That's it. That at least, regardless what you say, it doesn't matter what you say, that at least shows a level of tampering between one VOD to the other. That's irrefutable proof that regardless what you think, it's irrelevant. That at least shows a degree of tampering from one day to the other where the code was either removed.
You know, it is very probable that Hasan did indeed tamper with the device because, as Moist Critical said, any reasonable person would have instantly shown it instead of waiting a day. Now, Hasan had to finish his speech about how capitalism is bad. Even if you're the biggest Hasan dick eater, you can't deny the fact that Hasan punished his dog for seemingly no reason. It doesn't even matter if he used a shock or vibration collar. His dog is literally there not moving for like 4 hours on his stream, and the second it moves, he gets angry. She clips her paw. It's very obvious. You are willfully dumber than a dog if you choose to believe this and care more about imagining the suffering of a single animal than millions of Palestinians. You guys really need to stop invoking Palestine every time someone you like gets criticized. It doesn't help you, and it certainly doesn't help Palestinians. It has nothing to do with this topic, and you're effectively using their suffering as a shield for bad behavior. Get in there and make it about Palestine. Whoa, a shocking epiphany. You can care about more than one thing at once. Whoa. Then again, not all of us were given the gift of triple-digit IQ, and certainly not a single Hasan viewer.